Chandu the Magician. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We present for your enjoyment Chandu the Magician. And before our drama begins, we would like to suggest that probably you will like White King better than any other soap you have ever used. If you have a washing machine, listen. Get some White King from your grocer. Put some in your washer. Not so much, mind you, as the soap you've been using. Put in your clothes. Put in the water, but not so hot as the water you thought you had to have to get things clean. Then turn on the power. Run your wash through and just see with your own eyes what happens. We try to make this radio drama thrilling, but honestly, what a thrill you'll have when you see clothes washed with this different kind of soap. Save on your soap bill. Save on your gas bill. Save on your clothes bill. You'll say, I love White King granulated soap. Neither Chandler nor Dorothy know of Betty's plan to accompany Abdallah the storyteller on an expedition into the Egyptian desert to seek her missing father. Confident that when she has brought him back, her mother and Chandler will understand, Betty has made an excuse to be left at the hotel on the edge of the desert. Chandler, Dorothy, and Bob have returned to the pyramid. There, in a small room, they have at last met the mysterious Princess Nagi. Chandu the Magician.
Tell me, Nagi, where were you when you sent that message?
Near the hut at the edge of the Nile. And when I came to it, he was there.
Not Roxor.
Yes, indeed. For one little moment, I was so filled with terror I could think of nothing but to call to you for help.
I'm glad you did. And even more so that you didn't need me after all.
It is much too soon to say that, Chandu. May I speak plainly?
Why, yes. Except that...
Oh, Frank, wait. Let me ask her. Nagi, do you know whether my husband is alive?
It is possible. But even of that, I cannot be certain.
Isn't there any way of finding out?
Perhaps when Chandu and I have spoken together.
Very well. We'll go outside.
How many rooms are there in this pyramid anyway, Uncle Frank?
We know of 3, Bob, and there may be others, undiscovered since they were sealed up thousands of years ago.
With mummies in them?
Yes, possibly.
Well, come on, Bob, come on.
Yeah, here, Bob, take the flashlight.
Oh, yes. Wandering around in the dark inside a pyramid.
Can I look anywhere, Uncle Frank?
Anywhere you can find a passageway.
Well, if we get lost, we'll send up a rocket.
Call me as soon as you can, Frank.
I will, Dot.
And listen to me. Whatever you two know or even guess about Robert, don't try to keep it from me. I'd rather know the truth no matter what it is.
Very well, Dorothy.
Look, there's a place here that sounds hollow.
Hold the flashlight so I can see where I'm going, Bob.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm right here. I guess I was wrong about the sound, though. Everything sounds funny in here.
Yes, doesn't it?
Well, I guess this is the room Uncle Frank meant in here.
I suppose so.
Hey, look at the paintings on the walls. Red and gold and blue. And I guess those people are slaves kneeling down with baskets on their heads. Oh, Mom, you're not even looking. It isn't every day you get to see stuff that was painted 5,000 years ago. Look, there's a gold throne with a king.
I'll be glad to get out of here and never see anything like this again.
Golly, I won't. This place kind of gets you, don't you think? Oh, I'm sorry. I ought to know you can't think of anything but Dad.
I know he can't be very real to you, son, but I'm sure Nagi knows something about him.
Yeah. I'd sure like to know what cooks with her.
What?
Well, you know, Uncle Frank said first she was supposed to be a sorceress.
Oh, all these mysterious hints.
Well, she'll probably tell you pretty soon, or Uncle Frank will. So why don't you sit down on this stone thing and relax? I wonder what it was used for.
Well, let's see. Perhaps it was once an altar. A pagan altar.
Hey, could be.
Oh, it's too bad Betty couldn't come with us. She'd have loved all this.
Sure. And in 1 minute, she'd be saying, just imagine this room all set for a secret ceremony with Egyptian kings and queens standing around, loaded down with gold and jewels, and servants holding up torches. And maybe the mummy was a beautiful girl.
The mummy? Oh, Bob.
Well, you know she would.
I suppose so. I hope she's feeling better by this time.
Oh, she'll be okay.
If I hadn't known she had a headache last night, though, I'd have thought she was just making an excuse this morning.
Not to come with us, you mean?
Yes. She had an odd look on her face, as if she were bursting to tell me something.
Huh?
You know, the way she looks before Christmas with with secrets to keep. She didn't say anything to you, did she, Bob?
Uh-uh. Anyway, why wouldn't she want to come? She loves this stuff. Say, look up there. There's smoke on the ceiling.
What?
Or what used to be smoke. See how black it is?
Oh, you're right. Smoke from torches that went out 5,000 years ago. Bob, I can't sit here any longer.
Well, there's no place else to go. Unless you want to prowl around like the troops of Midian.
Let's walk down the corridor.
Okay.
I know what we'll do. We'll go right outside the pyramid and wait.
All right. If we can get that door open.
At least we can try. I can't stay in this place another minute.
But it was the things you told me 12 years ago that sent me to the yogi in India, Nagi.
I am glad. He is so wise, that one. Sometimes when I am impatient, I almost envy him, his peaceful valley, with its watching mountains and the lotus flowers on the lake.
Impatient and envious? No, not you.
At times, yes. Oh, I hope to go again to that valley.
But the yogi's not there now.
Not there.
No, he told me he was going to the higher place. You know what he meant.
Tibet, the inner council.
Yes.
Chandu, you might have been one of them.
In time. But suddenly, there in India, I began to feel that something was calling me back to America. And then in the crystal, I saw the dark cloud that overhung my sister's house.
Need you have given up so much to go to her?
I had to, Nagi. Or feel as if I were cooperating with all the forces of evil.
Does she know what this means to you?
No. No, I sometimes think she half believes I'm with the Secret Service. But she can't know of my real work.
Nor of her husband's?
No, he never told her.
Nothing of the great discovery he hoped to make?
He did make it, Nagi. More than 9 years ago.
No.
But no one knew it. Dorothy locked up his rooms after he went away the last time, and they were never opened again. Until I went back.
Not when he was believed dead?
No. I still don't know what the discovery was. We found instructions that the drawings and formulas were to be destroyed at once, if Robert died.
9 years. It is not long, even as men count time. And yet, how long to expect a secret to remain hidden?
If only I'd known of it. Well, it was stolen, and we must go on from there.
And you have become Chandu and have received the emerald casket from the yogi himself.
You know that? Yes, he did give it to me.
So we will defeat Roxor. He is the very incarnation of evil.
I'm sure of that. But what does he want?
No one can be sure, but you and I both know of the vicious force which has lifted its head in the world.
Only too well.
I believe Roxor is behind it all. He is insane for power, as Hitler was, but with more cunning. He has convinced himself the world must bend to his will. So many men have.
Yes, I know. We saw you in the crystal.
But Chandu, you do not know what Mustafa has done.
Mustafa? He's a member of the Brotherhood.
No longer. He has betrayed us for Roxor's promise to make him rich.
Was that the reason you thought Roxor might be hiding here? Did Mustafa dare to tell anyone about this meeting place?
Yes, Chandu. And now Mustafa has sworn his last false oath. You understand?
But Nagi, we must give up this room. We can't meet here if Roxor knows about it. What if he came through the secret door and hid in one of the passageways?
He could not have come before yesterday, and he did not come here then. I hid myself well and watched all day.
Well, why didn't you tell me when I came here looking for you?
Because at first, in the darkness, you were only footsteps. I thought I had caught Roxor in my trap. But then when I'd come down from the small room, you were gone.
I see. Well, there's one good thing about all this. If he does come here thinking we don't expect him...
You might meet him face to face.
I'd like nothing better.
But there is one very odd thing, too, Chandu.
What's that?
Today, before you arrived, I found something most curious.
Oh?
In the outer corridor, where the statues of the old Egyptian priests sit on both sides...
Yes, I know.
There is one empty niche.
Yes?
In that niche, this morning, I found the impression of a man's body in the dust.
Nagi, are you sure?
If you doubt me, look what I have rolled up in my handkerchief.
What is it? Well, it looks like tobacco.
Brown flakes of tobacco in the niche where a man had seated himself to wait, perhaps for you, for me.
But if you were here all day yesterday and... Did you search all the rooms we know? This morning, I mean.
Yes, and found nothing else. But this I know. Tobacco is of today, not of 5,000 years ago. Whoever it was sitting so patiently among the statues...
The psychic summons.
We are to see the yogi again, from his high place in the mountains. Chandu, can you receive the message without your crystal?
Right. I have it here. Now blow out the candles.
Conditions in this ancient place must be particularly favorable for receiving a message. Yes, the picture is forming already. But it is not India, Chandu.
No. It looks like the hotel.
Mena House. Oh, this is most strange.
Hot sun and breathless heat. Well, why should I see Mena House only a short distance away?
Ooh, and what a feeling of ill omen darkens the crystal.
Oh, there's a Bedouin in the clothes of a sheikh, dressed for a festival. Gold cloak, blue robe and all. He's helping an Arab girl into a car.
Why should such a girl be visiting Mena House alone, without an older woman?
And what can it have to do with us?
Not horses, not camels. A motor car.
It's coming toward us. Closer. Closer. It's almost upon us. Dorothy! Bob! Come here! We must go! Hurry!
What is it, Chandu? Please, what is it?
Of course you couldn't know. You've never seen her. The girl in that car is Betty.
Our drama has come to a close until tomorrow night. But there's drama and maybe magic in millions of homes where White King soap is used. Once upon a time, people thought they should buy 2 or 3 kinds of soap. One for washing machine, a dishpan, maybe 1 or 2 for dainty things like lingerie and stockings. But more and more people discovered White King, the one and only one soap you ever need, no matter who you are, where you live, or what you have to wash. Your husband may be an engineer, or he may work in a bank. You may have sheets and pillowcases no end to wash, or you may live in a hotel with no laundering problem other than your nylons. Listen to these wonderful words. White King gets out the stubbornest dirt. White King protects as with a caress the daintiest fabrics. Know what you'll say, do you? You'll say this: I love White King. Chandu the Magician is based on an original radio drama created by Harry A. Earnshaw and is written by Vera Oldham. The makers of White King invite you to listen tomorrow at this time when the story resumes. Chandu the Magician. This is the Mutual Don Lee Broadcasting System.
Visit our website at oldtimeradiopage.com for more shows on CD and cassette. If you see something on the website you'd like to hear, email us at podcast@oldtimeradiopage.com and let us know. We'll see if we can get it on for you. See you next time for more Old Time Radio.
Chandu the Magician. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We present for your enjoyment tonight and every weekday evening at this time, Chandu the Magician. Before our drama starts, I would like to tell you some news. Some very good news. We think it's safe to say that if you would like White King granulated soap, you can probably get it now from your grocer. You know, it has been awfully short and in many cases difficult, if not impossible, to obtain. This was because during the war years, we would not let White King quality down. And we just could not make enough of our kind of soap to fill the demand. Then, too, lots of people moved out west from the east. And once they tried White King, they found it different from, and many like it better than, any soap they'd ever used. There still isn't any too much White King. But if you're lucky, you'll find some at your grocer's tomorrow. And know what you'll say? Do you? You'll say, I love White King. While Chandler talks with the Princess Nagi in the secret room in the pyramid, they both hear the mystic sound known to them as the psychic summons. Looking into the crystal, they see Betty, who had remained at the hotel on a pretext of illness, getting into a car with Abdallah, the storyteller, who has convinced her he is a desert prince. The present scene is a sitting room in a European hotel in El Medina, in the oasis of Fayum. Chandu the Magician.
Shall I bring the young ladies dinner now?
I'm not hungry, Amina. I wish I could go down to the dining room. Where's Abdallah?
He has gone to the bazaar.
Why couldn't I have gone too? I'm getting pretty tired of staying in this room all the time.
Aye, but what a beautiful room. With furniture like a room in America.
I don't care about that. Amina, how do you know what a room in America looks like?
Oh, an American dancing lady came to Egypt with many young ladies. I work for her. She took me to America, on the ocean.
Didn't you like it?
The dancing lady went far away to a place called Hollywood. I did not go. I married with Hassan.
Who's Hassan?
He was a man the most unhappy in New York.
Why?
It was too cold for a man of Egypt. He had a small place down in the earth, and he sold pieces of wood and coal. You know coal? Like black stones, but it burns. Oh, yes, it burns.
How did you meet him anyway, Amina?
He brought pieces of wood for my dancing lady's fireplace. Can you think of a fire only for pleasant looking, not to cook food? Far, far up in the sky.
In the sky? Oh, you mean a big apartment house.
Iowa. When I saw Hassan bring the pieces of wood, I knew he was of Egypt, and we spoke together. Sometimes I went to his place down in the earth, and we drank coffee together, but not like Egypt.
How funny. It's like a comedy in the movie.
I do not know that. But Hassan married me, and then I helped him save many dollars to come over the ocean once more, to come here to Fayum.
What does he do now?
He works. Soon he will be owner of land.
Then what are you doing here in the hotel?
I have come to watch over you, because Abdallah wishes.
Oh. Look, sit down, Amina. Did Hassan know Abdallah before he went to America?
Iowa. Hassan worked for Abdallah many times.
How do you mean, worked for him?
Oh, Women in Egypt do not know such things. But it is something with very much money. Hassan puts many pieces of silver into the hiding place.
I should think you'd die of curiosity. Why don't you make him tell you? I would.
Pasha, Hassan would not be pleased.
Oh, you could wear him down. I'd like to see my husband try to keep me from knowing what his business was.
Miss Betty, I think he is afraid.
Of what?
I think Abdallah.
Oh, Abdallah wouldn't scare anybody. He's been wonderful to me. Except making me stay in this room. Why does he, Amina?
What did he say to you?
He just said it was best and that I shouldn't ask him any questions.
But he has come to see you every day and told you the old stories of his people. Iowa?
Oh, yes. And he sung all those fabulous old songs. But I came with him because he told me... Oh, I guess I shouldn't talk about it.
But if I know...
You do? Really?
Are you looking for some person?
Why, yes, I am. How did you know?
When Abdallah come to speak with Hassan and ask him to allow me to come here to be with you...
Well, why did he have to ask Hassan if you were right there?
Oh, I must have Hassan's permission. You see, I do not wear the yashmak now,
What?
but the face covering.
Oh.
Because Hassan has seen in America that a good woman may walk in the streets without covering her face.
I'm certainly glad I live in America. Well, what did Abdallah say to Hassan?
He was with Hassan very long time, and I listened because I thought to discover why Hassan is frightened and why he goes on long journeys without telling me where.
I don't blame you for listening.
I could not hear all. Only that there is a young lady, that is you, and she must be kept in European hotel and watched most carefully. There was some person you wished to find, Abdallah said.
There was?
But about that there was something not plain.
What do you mean, not plain?
I cannot tell. Is there a man who will look very much for you in all places?
Yes, my uncle might. Only I left them a note to tell them I'd gone with Abdallah and I'd be all right. I hope my mother won't worry about me.
So, this is not for Hassan to be in.
What isn't?
I will tell you this. You are not to find the one you thought to find.
What on earth do you mean?
Abdallah brings you here to keep you. So those who look for you will not be looking for something else.
What?
He sings to you to amuse you, so you will not think too much of other things.
Why, Abdallah's on Roxor's side after all, just as my uncle said. And while he's hunting for me, Roxor will get those drawings. Oh, why did I ever listen to him?
Who is this that you call Roxor?
Listen, Amina, I'm going to get out of here somehow and get back to Cairo. Didn't you ever hear of a man named Roxor?
No, I had not.
Well, he's awful.
Oh.
I don't know all the things he's done, but he sent a man to kidnap me, and he tried to have my mother sold as a slave or something in Alexandria. And I don't know what all.
Your family is his enemy?
Oh, no, but it's some big secret thing my uncle knows about, and we're in it, too, for some reason. Roxor's perfectly horrible.
Pasha, then Hassan must not be with him.
Well, you've got to tell him about Roxor and get him to help me get away from here.
Aye, but...
I haven't any money with me, but when I get back to Cairo, my uncle will pay him back. Oh, go and see him now, Amina, please. My mother must be worried to death. And I thought I'd find my father, and she'd be glad I came here.
It is your father you came to find? A young girl alone, not a lover?
Oh, no, of course not. How could Abdallah be so mean? Just wait, I'll fix him. Oh, you'll help me, won't you, Amina?
Oh, Miss Betty,
Well, you can't have your husband running around getting into trouble. I bet he doesn't know what it's all about anyway. That Abdallah. He's just as likely as not to have Hassan kill somebody for him.
Hassan would not kill. Soon he will be big owner of land.
Well, then, now you go and ask him to lend me enough money to get to Cairo. And then you get me a ticket.
Aye, but I do not know.
Oh, now, don't say you won't do it for me. It's for Hassan, too, remember? Oh, go on, quick.
But if Abdallah returns and I am not here...
I'll tell him I sent you out for something. I'm going to tell him a lot of things.
where the perfume.
Listen, there he is.
Ina.
On the balcony. Oh, go on, quick. Oh, I'll think of something to tell him. I'll wait till he comes in here and... Oh, Amina, go on.
I do not like to understand you here, but...
Where thy lightest footstep lies, blossom spring to greet thee, love. Night is fragrant with thy laughter. Come to me, my sweet white dove. Thou art fair, my sweet delight. Thou art lovely as the dawn. Hands like lilies in the moonlight. Eyes like stars when day is gone. Silken hair like raven's wings, lips like precious crimson wine. Always am I in thy spell, love, living but to make thee mine.
All right, come on in, Abdallah. And you needn't bother singing that song to me anymore, nor any other one.
Betty Lou, where is Amina? If she has left you alone and harm has come to you...
I sent her out for some headache tablets.
You are ill?
If I died, what would happen? You never meant me to find my father. You brought me way up here so my uncle would be worried to death and let that old rocksore get away with...
Miss Betty, how do you know of this?
It's true, isn't it? Well, isn't it? You pretending to be my friend and help me find my father. You're a prince. A wonderful prince you must be. Lying to me, and I believed every word you said.
Miss Betty Lou, listen to me. You have spoken the truth about my reason for taking you away. But now I cannot take you back to Cairo because I love you.
What?
It is true, beloved. Yours is the voice that once sang to me in my heart's dreams. You are the fragrance of the south wind across a rose.
I don't believe a word of it. You're trying to fool me, so I'll stay here and my mother won't know what's happened to me and keep my uncle from the... Oh, what's the use of talking? I wish I'd never spoken to you in my life. I wish I'd never seen you.
Oh, no, white flower. Do not speak to me so. I am a candle which would flame, but to give you light, to make you happy, I would die 10,000 times.
Well, then,
I would...
just see that nobody bothers me when I get on the train to Cairo.
You will not so much as smile at me?
Smile at you? Well, I'd like to... What's that?
Inspector, a man.
Oh, Amina, what's the matter? Hurry.
A man in the dress of America, asking if you were here, and I told him...
So, Amina, you have betrayed your husband and me.
Oh,
Hassan will...
Don't pay any attention to him, Amina. I'll tell your husband all about him myself. Come in, whoever you are. Oh, it's Bob. Oh, Bob, I'm so glad to see you. Take me home. Take me home.
Monday night, Chandu continues, and you will want to join Dorothy Reagent, Betty, and Bob in their thrills and adventures. So you'll be with us Monday evening at this same time, won't you? Probably tomorrow you'll be marketing, and maybe on Monday there'll be a washing you'll have to do. Look, here's a suggestion. Get a couple of packages of White King soap tomorrow. Get the giant-sized package if you can. And will you be proud of your washing? The white things so very white. The colored things so safely guarded. The washing time shortened so considerably. The effort reduced so that you're hardly tired. And your hands feeling so good. Because White King is gentle not only to clothes, but to hands as well. The only thing it could possibly be hard on is dirt. Know what you'll say when you've used White King, do you? You'll say, I love that soap. Chandu the Magician is produced and directed by Cyril Armbruster. Your announcer is Howard Culver. The makers of White King invite you to listen Monday at this time when the story resumes. Chandu the Magician. This is the Mutual Don Lee Broadcasting System.
Would you like a shout out? Leave a comment in the section below. Tell me who you want to shout out to, who you want to shout out from, and we'll get it up here for you. Hey, we want to say thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss any. You got a lot more of these up there. Go check them out under the playlist. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you want to see, what you think, and we'll see you next time.